Today we are celebrating Diwali or Deepavali. Oh, there's no translation. Deepa means light. The Vaishnavas, especially Lord Ramachandra's Bhaktas, they celebrate today the return of Lord Ramachandra to Ayodhya. Take it easy with the camera. The victory over the Asura king, Ravana. Philosophically, he represents darkness of ignorance. And Lord Ramachandra's victory represents the light over darkness. It also means knowledge over ignorance. It also means good over evil. That's the meaning of this festival. This is why we offer light, lamps. Tamasima Jyotidama. That's the Vedic aphorism. You come out of the darkness and you go to the light. That's the mission of the human life. Come out of the darkness. And what is that darkness? Forgetting Lord Krishna, our eternal relationship of eternal servitude, service to the Lord. And to want to serve one's own senses, gratify one's sense, that's the darkness. Of course, body has to be maintained, family has to be maintained, but that's not the ultimate goal of life. The ultimate goal of life is to surrender to Krishna, get out of this darkness. Victory over ignorance. This is why Srila Prabhupada has given us so many books, literatures to read, to study, because it is all light. Anything related to Lord Krishna, it is light. Anything related to forgetfulness about Krishna, that is darkness. This is why we emphasize reading, studying our books, Srila Prabhupada's books he has given. And so many others now also writing books simply for the benefit of humankind. And at the same time also today we celebrate Govardhan Puja, one of the most wonderful festivals besides Janmashtami, of course. And the appearance day of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, Guru Purnima, these are all very auspicious festivals because they give us an opportunity to remember Krishna. That's the whole purpose of these festivals. We remember Krishna, think of Krishna. The whole purpose of chanting Hare Krishna is to remember Krishna. Sometimes we hear chanting the holy name of the Lord. It is most important among the 9 activities of devotional service. Chanting is most important. Sometimes we hear hearing, Shravanam is most important. But factually, according to Vaibhava, most important is remembering Krishna. Our tongue cannot remember anything. Our ears cannot remember anything. But the mind, smarana. And from that mind, when the mind is completely purified, then from the mind springs ultimately pure love for Krishna, Krishna prema. So Govardhan, that pastime, particular pastime of Lord Krishna, is very, very dear to him. Does somebody know why? Yes.
Because he had the opportunity to, and for devotees also, to have the opportunity to see the Lord this for 7 days without interruption.
Yes, because he has such an intimate association with his associates, with his devotees. Because normally Lord Krishna throughout the day, he performs so many different activities, pastimes. He goes with the cowherd boys to the pasturing grounds in Vrindavan, in the Vrindavan forest. He associates with the cowherd boys. Then he has his pastimes with the elderly cowherd men and women. Then he has his pastimes with the gopis, so many different types of pastimes. But in this particular pastime of Govardhan, now Lord Krishna, he has the opportunity to associate for 7 days with all the inhabitants of Vrindavan at the same time. Wonderful. Such a wonderful opportunity. With all the inhabitants, all the devotees, his dear devotees, he associates so closely for 7 days, non-stop. It is such a wonderful meditation also. It's not just, these are not just stories. It actually happened in reality. that boy, just 7 years old, the boy, can you imagine lifting with the left hand, a small pinky, entire mountain for 7 days. Hare Krishna. And then people are asking, where is God? Where is God? And right there. Right there. Who else can do that? I don't know about nowadays, but in the 60s specifically, so many incarnations of God came from India to the West. Another incarnation. I'm God. Let them demonstrate. Let them lift a mountain on a small pinky for 7 days. Then you can make such a claim. Nobody can do. Only Lord Krishna, because he is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So we know all the wonderful story, Lord Indra, because it used to be the tradition in Vrindavan to worship Lord Indra, because he provides the rain, water. Without no living creature can exist. We all depend on water. Exceptions are basically. The water is essential for our life. So this is why traditionally they used to worship the Indra Puja. And then Lord Krishna, as a small boy, he asked his father, what is the actual meaning of this traditional worship? And Nanda Maharaj, he explained to him the meaning. And then Lord Krishna, he gave so many arguments why this is factually not necessary. Because everything ultimately is supplied by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But in order to protect his pastime, his human-like pastime, he gave Mimamsa-based arguments. Otherwise he would be forced to reveal himself as the Supreme Lord. So he gave so many different arguments why this is not necessary. First, Nanda Maharaj, he thought, I cannot explain all these difficult topics to my small son. But then when Lord Krishna again asked, he didn't let Nanda Maharaj go. He wanted to know. Then he explained. And then when Lord Krishna gave his explanation, Nanda Maharaj was stunned. How is that possible? A small boy possessing such intricate knowledge. And he was convinced. So then they changed their plan. Instead of worshipping Lord Indra, performing the Indra Puja, they instead worshipped Govardhan. Because Lord Krishna explained, everything is supplied by Govardhan. All the water, the fruits, the vegetables, everything. So why don't we worship Govardhan? And this is what they did. They did not worship Lord Indra. Instead, the Govardhan. Lord Krishna also manifested a very special transcendental form on top of Govardhan hill, gigantic form. So this way they all worship Govardhan. And as you can imagine, Lord Indra, he was not very inspired by that. He became very angry. So angry that he released the Samvata cloud, a very special cloud of devastation. Practically trunks of rains, columns of rains poured down, inundated the entire area of Vrindavan. You could not distinguish between the hills and the ground, and all one level, just everything was drowned with water. So the devotees of Krishna, inhabitants of Vrindavan, they had no other shelter than Krishna. They just took shelter at Krishna. And as Krishna promised in the Bhagavad Gita, and in so many different occasions, he always protects those who take shelter at his lotus feet. That's his eternal promise. Whoever takes shelter at Krishna, he will be protected by Krishna. There's no doubt about it. But then how to protect them? So much water, especially for the animals, for the cows. A very dangerous situation. So then he manifested this particular pastime, lifted the entire Govardhan hill. Usually when you see these paintings, pictures of Lord Krishna lifting Govardhan hill, you just see a small mountain on top, like figure in this size. These are not good pictures. They should actually, illustrate how that really looked like. A huge mountain and a small Krishna somewhere in the middle. That would be the proper picture. Huge mountain, 4 meters long picture. Krishna in the middle. Wonderful pastime. So they all took shelter under the Govardhan hill. And as you can imagine, the elderly cowherd boys, they wanted to help Krishna. He must get tired after some time. So they took their canes and also wanted to support. They took their sticks and canes to help Lord Krishna lifting Govardhan hill. The Yoga Maya is so wonderful. They wanted to help Krishna. He's already carrying the entire mountain on a small finger, and they want to help him with the sticks. This is Yoga Maya. And other devotees, they began to massage Lord Krishna's legs, specifically his left arm massage, to give somehow support to help Lord Krishna. And the question might be raised, how is it possible for 7 days, no eating, there was no feast, no cooking, how do they survive? And the explanation by the acharyas is given that nobody felt any thirst or hunger because they were all drinking and eating the beauty of Krishna, just looking at Krishna. They all forgot about eating and sleeping and all these bodily activities. They were all forgotten. They were just satisfied seeing Krishna. And similarly, Lord Krishna also, glancing at his devotees, looking at, exchanging glances. Lord Krishna, he also drank the beauty, the devotion of his devotees. In this way, there was such a wonderful exchange. Everyone was fully satisfied. And then after that pastime, Lord Krishna, he placed the Govardhan hill exactly in the same position. Down. It is also described that when Lord Krishna, in midst of the rain, torrents of rain, walked to Govardhan hill, not even his turban was wet. By his own mystic power, he arranged that his entire body, his turban, his clothes, everything, always remained completely dry, although he was walking through the rain. So you can imagine when Lord Indra saw that, torrents of rain, and Lord Krishna, not even one drop of rain could touch him when he saw that. And when he also noticed that Lord Krishna lifting Govardhan hill, then he realized, because before he criticized Lord Krishna, this small talkative boy, in the 10th canto there's a whole section of verses how Lord Brahma criticized Lord Krishna. Who's this arrogant, small, talkative boy? But actually he was glorifying Krishna. Talkative because Krishna, he is the source of all Vedic knowledge. So he's definitely talkative. They actually glorified Krishna. And this, the acharyas explain in their commentaries that in every instance when Lord Indra criticized Krishna, he actually glorified him. So Indra realized at one point, this is not just a small talkative boy, this is factually the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So then he thought, what to do? I committed a great offense. What shall I do? He consulted Lord Brahma, went to him, I committed this great offense. So Brahma instructed Lord Indra, that you go to Surabi cow, and with her in front, then you approach Lord Krishna to beg for forgiveness. Because if Krishna sees the Surabi cow, then he changes his mood immediately. Lord Krishna has so much affection for the cows. This is why he's being crowned as the king of all the cows. So Indra went with Surabi in front, and Surabi at one point, while Lord Indra spoke his beautiful prayers to Lord Krishna begging for forgiveness, then Surabi cow, she performed with her own milk Abhishek Krishna, bathing Lord Krishna. later on, so many different demigods also came to glorify Krishna. They all brought various gifts. That's also one tradition we should follow, especially Govardhan Puja. But everybody should bring some gifts for Krishna. That's the tradition. So they all brought gifts. A beautiful ghee lamp. The arti ceremony was performed. Lord Shiva, he performed arti. All the different demigods. Lord Brahma also. But at that time, during the arti ceremony, Nanda Maharaj, he was not present. He came later. So when all the demigods went away, the arti ceremony was performed. The different articles, like the ghee lamp, the chamara, etc., they were all lying in different places on the ground. And Nanda Maharaj, when he noticed that, he asked Krishna, what is this? And they explained, the other cowherd boys also, they explained to Nanda Maharaj, oh, there was one four-headed person who offered the ghee lamp to Krishna. Then another five-headed person came and also made some offering to Krishna. And then Nanda Maharaj said, oh, this sounds crazy. Anyway, whatever happened, and then he brought Lord Krishna home. So it's such a wonderful pastime. And what we can learn from it, that pride always comes before fall. Lord Krishna never tolerates the pride in his devotees. That's the lesson to be learned. And immediately after that pastime, also another pastime, Lord Krishna manifested the pastime of Varuna. So Lord Krishna also, he noticed some pride in Varuna. That's a whole different pastime. So Krishna never tolerates pride in his devotee. There's one specific name of Lord Krishna, and the meaning is he's very expert in cutting down the pride of his devotees. He's very expert. So Vaishnav means to be always humble, always remember the greatness of Lord Krishna. Doesn't matter how materially great we might be, even up to the level of kings. It doesn't matter. We always remain insignificant in comparison to Lord Krishna. But our actual glory is to render service to Krishna. Then everything becomes glorious. So I think we can continue with the Govardhan Puja. I guess we have to wear some warm clothes to circumambulate the entire temple. So thank you very much. Shri Govardhan Puja ki jai. Gaur Premanande. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
His Holiness Bhakti Vaibhava Swami Maharaj ki